YouTube, what's going on? BigH Trucking over here at the Gateway Plaza, Pennsylvania. One of my I think this is my favorite truck stop. I-80's cool, but this place has got a Dunkin' Donuts, my favorite, which I got a toasted coconut donut, one of my favorite donuts. And they've got this place called Mike's Pizza. It makes really good stromboli and some slices that are really, really good. Plus the fact there's always parking here, so that's the other thing. That's the other reason why I like this place. And it's the bottom line is I'm 86 miles away from my 90, which doesn't deliver till tomorrow night, Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, or 2000 hours. So I picked up a load in Indiana, Logansport, Indiana. The window on it was from the 2nd through the 5th through today, up to 5:30 or 17:30. Actually, 17:38, which is really weird. But they had a 3-day window on it. So actually, I'm quite grateful. The fact that it was ready yesterday morning and I was able to pretty much complete. I had no rush on the load. I went 300 yesterday, did 370 today, and like I said, I got 80 miles to finish it up. I was hoping to be able to get a fresh new clock, as I just got a fresh new clock because my truck was in the shop for a little bit more than 24 hours, and my personal conveyance to the truck stop 3 miles away, Flying J on 80 there in Indiana, by Gary, Indiana. And I ended up sitting there until I got this load that I'm on now. That didn't come through till 5 o'clock that night. I got there at, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I kept on sending him messages like, "Did you get my message? I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to roll." So he's like, "Yeah, I got your message. Looking for something." And again, I mean, anybody who's a lease driver, we are going to be facing some uphill battles. Nobody, you know, I don't like to sugarcoat it. You know, I've had a really good run, and hopefully my run's not over with. I mean, Prime is the biggest refrigerator carrier in the country. I'm not concerned about getting freight. I don't care if I got a deadhead 800 miles. As long as you pay me for it, I'll do that. That's all irrelevant. My motto, and always be my motto, do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes. What I'm worried about, and I was listening to the Friday drivers meeting, I shouldn't say worried about, concerned that I'm running through the holidays. I'm going home after January 4th. I'm not hitting, I don't care about the trucks, lease payments, forgiveness. If I hit it, great. I'm not losing sleep over it, put it that way. Never been lucky at drawings anyway, so I might even factor that in. And the reason why I'm out here to stack, and I've been out here since October, is because I have a $10,000 bill for my car, which I paid more than half of it already. I'm padding my account because of what Rob Lowe said. And whether it comes to fruition or not, I have no idea. But he's saying that they're getting pressure from their customers to lower the rates. So that's in my brain, that's circulating in my brain, that how low can we go? I mean, all the good weeks now going to be grossing $4 grand. It's like an absolute phenomenal week, as opposed to grossing 8,000. Have a great week now. It remains to be seen. You know, deadheading is now part of our repertoire, so to speak. I mean, I've done a few of those long deadheads, not a lot. You know, I happen to end up in, so far so good, in decent lanes, freight lanes. Like I'm in PA. I'm sure after tomorrow delivery, I'm probably not going to get a load out tomorrow night, but it'll be the next day. Yeah, things are changing. Things are changing. And, you know, nothing to do with Prime. Prime's got to make adjustments as us drivers need to make adjustments. You know, if we don't make those adjustments as drivers, then you're just going to end up getting frustrated and end up, you know, quitting, whatever. You know, the one good thing, blessing in all of this, is the fact that we're all CDL holders. Freight's always got to run, folks. It's just a matter of picking and choosing what freight to run. You know, it's either food or fuel. Those are the two most important, I guess, freight that's in any type of market, any downturn in the market. Freight and fuel is a necessity. I'm in the food. Again, you know, as a lease contractor, you know, it might be a little painstaking for a while. I don't know. I'm certainly not going to dwell on it. I'm going to take the good with the bad. I'm going to understand that these are the market conditions we're in right now. And it's something that I'm not going through it alone. There's going to be others out there. I mean, hey, listen, at least I'm not working for a company that's giving out pink slips before the holidays. You know, Walmart just laid off 10,000 workers. Apple, 10,000. Coinbase, several thousand. The list goes on and on. There's layoffs happening all the time. I'm happy that I'm in an industry, I'm still needed. Now, we're going to also see how much leverage Prime does have. You know, how strong are their relationships with the big boys. You know, one thing I can say is that we have trailers everywhere, and I'm sure part of the negotiation, or, you know, hardcore negotiation, would be, well, if you want to go down that low, then we're going to pull our trailers, and that may look like fringe. That may make a company like think twice about getting ridiculous, because at the end of the day, they're upcharging on everything. I mean, you guys know, you go to the store, you go anywhere, everything is sky high. So why should the shipping end of it have to take a sucker punch? You know, we get it there on time. You know, you eliminate the transportation industry, we're gonna be go back to the old days where we hunted for our food and grew vegetables. So, you know, what can I say? Stay strong. Stay true to yourself. Remember, 2 items that need in any downturn of an economy is fuel and food. Make your decision. You know, if this company is not working out for you, you have to do what's best for your family. For me, Prime is home. You know, I don't want to sound like a poster child for Prime, but, you know, they've never done me wrong. I have a solid relationship with my fleet manager. You know, again, maybe, you know, in almost 3 years, I'll be here in January next month. I turned down 3 loads, and one of them was really because I didn't want to go back to Texas, but the other 2 were because of clock issues. So basically, I don't turn down loads. And I do take the good with the bad. Hey, listen, I've gone to places I don't want to go. Do you think I want to go to New Jersey? Do you think I want to go to parts of Massachusetts? No, but I signed a contract 3 years ago to become a lease operator. And wherever it takes me, it takes me, you know? It's one thing what I don't like to do, drive through snowstorms. And it's not about my driving abilities, it's about others on the road. You know, I've driven in snow where, I don't know, there's always some person who's got their four-ways on, driving down the middle of the lane. You then go into the right-hand lane, and then they end up going back. It's like, what are you doing on the road? What are you doing? Stay in the right lane or get off the road. So it becomes dangerous in those, and I don't like that. You know, you talk about being on the edge of your toes, or standing on your toes. That's a feeling I can do without. But with that being said, you know, those of you who are new in leasing, crime is never going to starve you out. Remember that. You're going to get good loads, and we're going to get bad loads. And hey, who knows? You know what? We may not even really, I mean, yes, but I'm starting to see a little fluctuation in how rapidly we get the loads, but I'm still getting loads. I'm still making a good paycheck. You know, this week is going to suck. This is a decent load, but the last two small loads I had to drop. I had to drop one in Decatur, Indiana, because there was way too much time on the load. It's only going 500 miles, and it dropped today. So my fleet manager's like, we'll figure it out, and we did. And the second load, I was on my way to Minnesota when my engine light came on, and I had a series of faults that needed to be addressed. Couldn't make it, so I had to get repowered, and I don't have no idea what I'm going to be compensated for on both of them. So I could be barely making a paycheck this week, but I know I'm running long enough for Prime to know that I'll get by. You know, if this week is not going to work for me, then I'm sure next week will be a better week. And that's the way you got to look at things. If you guys look at it week by week, and I'm sure you've heard this on several videos along the way, if you look at what you're getting week to week, it's probably going to be discouraging. You're probably going to end up wanting to leave. Once you make a bigger picture out of it, once you look at it monthly or quarterly, because the money will, like Lyle says, money will always work itself out, and it does. You know, Prime don't want to lose. Prime spends a lot of money training people, bringing people in. The last thing they want to do is have a revolving door that spins so fast. They're going to end up, that's a bad business model. That's not going to be, that's not sustainable for a company. So my advice is this. Whether you listen to me or not, it's irrelevant. Just stand tall. This is going to test characters. It's going to test my character. It's going to test your character. When the times get tough, how are we going to be able to handle it? Will a company that is the largest refrigerated carrier in the country allow us to still make a good living? Not just a living, but a good living. That's time will tell. You know, I'm sure, like Robert Lowe said, January, after New Year's Day, January, February, March, the first quarter of the year, not only going to be, it's going to be tough. And it's not only, we're not the only ones going to go through it. Every company, every corporation, every entity in this country of the United States is going to feel the pinch. So, with that being said, I'm out. Hang tough. Make good decisions. Take your loads. Now's not the time to sit at a truck stop unless you're under a load. Now's the time to just take the loads, deliver them on time and safely, wait for the next one and just keep moving. All right, so that's Big H's advice. I wish everyone luck and success and happy holidays. And stop worrying about the things you can't control. Only worry about the things that you can control, and that's running. Peace out.